Hi everybody, it's Josh with Talk About Trek. Welcome back to another very exciting Warp Tuesday. That's right, it is Warp Tuesday, that one and only day of the week where I sit down and talk about whatever Star Trek news is out there in the world to talk about. Sometimes there's a lot to talk about, sometimes there's nothing to talk about, sometimes I have to make up something to talk about, right? But either way, we're here and we are going to have some fun, So I would say let's just get right into it and see what is happening out there in the wider world of Star Trek news here. And again, for that news, we do look at the TrekMovie.com website, which seems to be the kind of the cleanest and the most efficient. The actual Star Trek website, boy, they need some help, right? Here's the big news. Top headline: Star Trek 60th anniversary comic to feature 10 stories. Whoa, okay. Well, let's take a bit of a closer look. All right, I'm sorry. I'm being a little bit sarcastic. I wish there was more exciting Star Trek news than this. And this is the picture that they chose to use. And I gotta say, I'm not a fan, truly. But we're gonna keep going, okay? Oh, that one's much better. That one is much better. Like, look at that. Yeah, okay, that's better. So anyway, they are going big and bold and writing a very large special for the 60th anniversary. Again, that's a pretty cool cover. That's terrible. We don't like photo covers. That's not a photo cover, though. It's weird, though, right? Okay. I guess it's pretty, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this cover. So let's move on. Oh, we like this cover a lot. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Incredible likeness. I don't see it. I like that one. Okay. What is this? One shot. Okay. So, here we go. So here's a breakdown of what's actually going to be in this new comic here. We got a Sulu story, a Harry Mudd story, a Lower Decks story, Star Trek #1 relaunch prelude story, animated series story, a Worf story, let's go, Enterprise one-pager gag, I'll take it, original series Scotty story, Crusher and Picard story, and a Starfleet Academy story. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Spock. I'm sorry, I don't like that. I just don't like that. I don't like it. That one's pretty cool, though. What are we looking at here? Oh, okay, yeah, this is from that's Shax, and that's Dr. Crusher, and Cisco, and, that's Data, I think, over here. But anyway, that was from the Star Trek series that was ongoing. So anyway, that's kind of a cool cover, too. Welcome to Talk About Trek's Warp Tuesday, where we just look at comic book covers for a little bit, I guess. Red Shirts, I think they're coming out with their trade hardcover, so if you haven't checked that out, that's a good opportunity for that. Alright, anyway, moving on, documentaries coming out. They are doing a kick story. They're doing a kick story, guys. Look out for the kick story. No, they're doing a Kickstarter to complete a documentary on Doug Jones. So if you are a huge Doug Jones fan, and I am a Doug Jones fan, but not enough of a Doug Jones fan to fund a Kickstarter. Feels like someone else should probably do that, right? But anyway, they do have that going on. But man, Doug Jones is so cool. What a guy. And there is currently a Sulu documentary called Beam Me Up Sulu. And it is now available on Blu-ray and free streaming. So George Takei fans can check that out. Let me see if we can tell you where that might be available here. Alexander Siddig, we love that guy too. Let me see. Streaming on Canopy, the free streaming service available via library memberships. Public service announcement. Do you have your library card? If not, you should get a library card. The amount of things that you can get at a library these days is incredible. I think my local library, you can go there and do 3D printing. There's an amazing amount of things that are offered by libraries, so take advantage of them, right? Because it's important. End of PSA. All right. Anyway, Beam Me Up Sulu. Very interesting. So, again, options to check it out free there on Canopy via your library card. Okay, we got some more video game news here. Video game news, that's fun. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get into Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Maybe it's like, sometimes a game has to be like the right game for the moment, for you to get into it. And I think it just wasn't that for now, But I do have it. And it looks like they're adding things to it. So they've got the Delta Flyer added to it with a free update today, plus more DLCs announced. Very cool that the developers are working on it and continuing on with that. Now, here's a question for you people out there who might know more than me about this kind of thing. What is a webtoon? Because there are two webtoons. There's one here on Deep Space Nine. There's another somehow related to Voyager. I suppose it's some sort of comic book. And I think it's like a vertical scrolling kind of comic book, right? Just so that you can sit there and go, on your thing, right? That's the idea. I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan of it, but I guess I would, if it's free, I will give it a chance and look at it, right? Check out the first one at least and kind of see what we're looking at. I have a lot of questions. Is it done with, is it AI? I'm afraid. Is it AI? It better not be AI. But anyway, they are canon original stories set in the Star Trek universe. There's a dog. And this first one is going to be called Stargazers here. And again, I don't know what a webtoon is, and I will be honest with you. And I guess as an old person that I am now, I don't like to look at the things on my phone as much. I've got this great computer here, and if I want to look at things digitally, this is my preferred medium. So anyway, we got a couple of those things going on. You can check those out. And Carl Urban. Man, everybody loves Carl Urban, right? Fantastic guy. He is still hoping to come back as Bones. I mean, I'll be there to see it. I enjoy the 3 Kelvinverse movies, right? We'll see how that goes. I don't think that will be coming back at this point. Kind of seems like that ship has probably sailed. Gosh, what are we, like over 10 years now since that stuff has been put out? So it is time to probably do something new, something different when we come to the whole movie idea, right? I don't know. I don't know where they should go. I do think that a Star Trek feature film is in order. And I do think that it needs to be set. I just, and I feel like they're going to keep kind of going back in time probably to reboot things. But I do feel if they do make a new feature film movie, it needs to be set in the post-Picard timeline, right? I guess that's where they kind of have to go now. But just so that they could take advantage of possible cameos. And, I mean, I think that's what everybody wants to see, right? That's the timeline where everybody wants to be at. That's where I want to be, at least. So, anyway, we'll see where they get with that. As far as we know right now, there is no new Star Trek on the horizon. Or being produced, I should say. Of course, we still have 15 episodes of Strange New Worlds, 10 episodes of Starfleet Academy that are done, that we will get to see eventually. But, who knows when that's going to be. So, anyway, let's look at the local Star Trek news. What is this? What are we looking at here, everybody? This, of course, is This is Federation headquarters, and it is looking a little bit empty, wouldn't you say here? This is from their Facebook page here, which I don't like being on Facebook, but that's basically where they post most of their stuff. But anyway, last Saturday, the call went out they were ready to start moving. So my son and I went up and we rolled up our sleeves, brought the anti-gravity sled, got that in there, and we got some things moving. So as you can see, the old headquarters here is all but cleared out. And the new headquarters, as you can see, these mannequins and stand-ups were moved by my son and I will say. And in some comical movements or moments, the mannequins did fall apart as we were moving them, which was pretty funny. As you can see, here's a kind of a preview of the new space that we've got there. About half the size before, but it'll be very powerful, very compact, right? And that's going to be very cool. So, everybody again pitched in. It was a tremendous group effort, which it's just such an awesome thing to see that the first time when they called it up, they're like, hey, everybody, we need help packing. The whole crew showed up, right? We had, 6 to 8 people, I think, there working to get it done, and we got the thing done, right? We knocked it out in a couple hours. And then they again put out the call for help, and here the crew comes, we all show up, we get it done, and we get that stuff moved across, and, hopefully, again, and I wish I could be there spending more time, but, life, right? That they have been successful this week in getting things arranged, moved around, and kind of how they want them. And I'm just hoping and hoping and hoping that there will be room still for a bookshelf. Doesn't have to be a big bookshelf. Just, a bookshelf somewhere, please. They have a tremendous amount of great Star Trek books that they need to have up there on that shelf. And it would just be amazing, again, to be able to be the lucky person to put those books up on that shelf. Ooh, it's always fun. So, yeah. Really looking good. And I think that originally they were looking for a June 1st grand opening. Then they did push that back to the 15th of June. And now, honestly, it's kind of up in the air. Probably still going to be the 15th. But if things go well, maybe they'll be open before that, right? So just, keep your ears on. And we'll find out soon enough when we can all get back up to Federation headquarters and have some fun. While we were there waiting, let's here. We'll get them pulled up here just so we can give them a little bit of free press, right? All of my fans here. The Neutral Zone Studios. So, while my son and I were waiting for the door to open for the Federation headquarters, we were sitting across from the Neutral Zone Studios, right? And in doing that, we saw that they were doing some work in there. Now, what they're going to do with the space to kind of, and it makes perfect sense, they need a business venture. They're in the mall. They need some way to bring revenue in so that they can keep working on the sets in the back end, right? So they're building a virtual reality escape room. I talked with one of the guys who was working there. His name is Michael. Awesome guy, and had a short conversation about what he's doing there, and hopefully they'll be open soon for some very interesting virtual reality experiences, which will then fuel the back end, which is the Neutral Zone Studios here, right? So again, Neutral Zone Studios is located in the Sandusky Mall. I was lucky enough to be on the set last November to film in a couple of their short films they were doing, and just looking forward to continue to be a part of everything that they do, because just it was a joy to be there. It was just a joy to be there. So I can't wait to see how the virtual reality escape room works out, and how that then can contribute to their growth as the actual studio. Also, just really looking forward to seeing how the 2 movies that we filmed are working out, and hopefully we'll have an update on that soon. So yeah, I think that's Warp Tuesday, guys. I think that's it. No. Okay, hold on. We've actually got one final piece of news here. All right. Wait, what is this? Okay, so Star Trek, Magic the Gathering. Here's two things that I am a big fan of here. And there has been a leak, and I believe this is the only one that is leaked here. And this is the first card that we're seeing from the upcoming set coming out this November here. And this is Captain Kirk, boldly going. You can summon Captain Kirk here for 1 colorless mana, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. So he's a 3-color legendary creature, a human officer. Look at the little Star Trek symbol here. I love it so much. I'm so excited. He has vigilance. Spacecraft creatures you control get +3/+3. Whoa, what a big bonus from Captain Kirk. Whenever Captain Kirk enters or attacks, search a library and or graveyard for a basic land card or a card named Starship Enterprise. Ooh, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. So that is your Captain Kirk. Probably going to be a commander, right? I think that's what they were kind of talking about here. I'm not going to go too much into the leaks. I'll just kind of take them as they come. But, man, how exciting. How exciting. Star Trek and Magic together. My bank account is crying. My wallet is in shambles. But no, seriously, I'll just, save up some money for it if it's something you're interested in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to and hoping that we can set up some sort of Magic, Star Trek tournaments right at Federation headquarters. Wouldn't that be fun, right? Can you imagine? Summoning your Captain Kirk card and battling against... Oh, man. I can't even go into it right now because it's going to be fantastic. And this is just the first card. I think the other rumor I heard was that it is going to be a big set. I don't know what that means. And I know that also Magic is crazy for putting out their, special edition things, and they're not going to get me with all that stuff. But the regular cards, for sure. We'll get into those, But anyway, man, can you imagine the fun videos we're going to have cracking packs, too? Ooh, cracking packs of Magic cards and talking about them. Man, that's going to be fun. So anyway, looking forward to that. Looking forward to any time I come back. And since you've stuck around this long, I'll let you in on a little secret. We'll be reading this bad boy right here. Now, I'm not going to talk about this on the channel probably until I've completed the whole thing, but it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, my friends, live long and prosper. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.